Good evening and salutations, my bold and beautiful fans. So, this show, sometimes I feel can benefit from it being on an hour, as opposed to a half an hour. Because sometimes, like, with episodes like this, it feels like it's not finished. It reminds me of Port Charles. Which ironically got me into General Hospital, but it was one of those shows I used to sit there and watch, and it used to be so crazy. But every now and then I'd be like, damn, if this show was like an hour long, you can get so much stuff done. And I felt like a lot didn't really happen in this episode. What do they call this meeting? They actually had a meeting called Hope for the Future. Are you serious? And the woman that's running it, her name is Hope. Hope for the Future. Okay. Alright. Anyway, Thomas and Hope are getting ready to start this meeting. And of course, Zendaya and Paris are running late because, well, they haven't got done exactly finishing the Devil's Tango. But they get there. And, you got, you got Hope, kind of pulling their leg or whatever, like, oh, well, what are you doing here so late and stuff like that. And Zendaya was like, oh, we kind of overslept. You kind of overslept. Y'all both just magically overslept at the same time. That's amazing, too. Okay, alright, and of course, when, Paris was sitting there talking to Thomas, Hope was sitting there kind of pulling his leg, and, he started laughing and stuff like that, and, Zendaya was sitting there talking about how special Paris is and stuff like that, and, then Hope was like, Paris is she's just so special. I mean, even Thomas thinks that, Paris is special. And I'm like, why the hell would you sit there and tell him that another man also thinks that his girlfriend is special? I stood there and I was like, did this chick really just say that? And of course Zendaya was like, listen, I'm not the jealous type, but I'm not going to be boo-boo the fool. So, do I need to sit there and worry about Thomas? And, Hope was like, no, he's fine. He wants the best for y'all. He wants y'all to be happy. Now, when Thomas is sitting there talking to Paris, one of the things that he said was like, I didn't, you didn't come home last night. And, I figure it was out still with Zendaya. And I'm like, okay, she wasn't home last night. Is she your girl or is she Zendaya's girl? Like, are you a parent? Like, the fact that you was like, oh, I didn't see you home last night. Like, okay. Why does that matter? I mean, it's not like she just left and you didn't know where she was and then you saw her the next day. Then I can understand the concern, but, like, you knew that she was going with him. So, like, why is that even a question? And of course, he starts giving her a bunch of compliments and stuff like that. I'm like, girl, for somebody who says that they're not into this girl, or you're telling your cousin, hey, it's just friends or whatever, you're telling Hope it's just friends. I mean, come on, girl. You giving her way too many compliments, just for it to seem like it's just a simple, we're just friends. So I'm like, alright, bro. Now, Carter, Ridge, and Eric are apparently having some sort of business meeting. They're talking about stuff as far as the lineup or whatever. And, Eric was like, listen, Eric was like, I wanna know where, I wanna hear, Quinn's opinion. I think either he said that or Carter said that. I can't remember which one. But they want to hear Quinn's opinion. And of course, Rich was like, yeah, where's the lovely lady at your house? I'm like, alright, bro. But Eric straight up asked Carter, is this whole thing between y'all two, is it over? Have you moved on from your feelings or whatever? And I mean, to be fair, I did kind of look at this like, bro, you did kind of put this in motion. So I mean, you sitting there acting like this is supposed to happen like 7 minutes ago. Like, so you're still not into my wife anymore, right? Like we good, right? You're done with that. Like, you kind of put this in motion. So it's going to take its time. I mean, despite what you may think, people can't just turn on and off their emotions. That's just not how it works. But you know, Carter kind of goes around this whole little circle, and practically he gets to the point where I'm sitting there waiting, like, all right, bro, it's been like 2 minutes. Are you gonna answer this man or not? And he says, you know, he apologizes for it getting out of hand. He apologizes just for even, you know, agreeing to this. You know, they're not just business partners; they're friends. You know, so he's very apologetic to both of them, and then he leaves. And then Ridge is like, I don't know, I'm not, still not feeling that, you know, I'm not, I didn't feel, you know, satisfied with his answer, pretty much. But, yeah. The Logan sisters are having brunch because brunch apparently is a thing. Brunch. You got breakfast, you got lunch, and somehow in the middle, you get brunch. I kind of thought that was just a snack, but okay. Anyway, that's what they're talking about. Well, they're just gossiping at this point. They're talking about Quinn, they're talking about Eric. Apparently, Donna has a thing for Eric. Donna has a thing for Eric. Donna, Eric can be your granddad. Like, I know I had a long day. I had an early morning. But I know that I'm not hallucinating when I sit there and because I know I heard that right. I know I heard Donna was sitting there talking about Eric, and you know, the Logan sisters was sitting there saying like, how do you feel? You know, why don't you tell them how you feel? And I'm like, I'm not tired. I know I heard that. I mean, this guy can literally be, well, your granddad. Okay. I don't even know what to say to that, and I feel like anything that comes out of my mouth, I'm going to be a dick about it, so I'm just not going to go there. And again, like I said, they talk about Carter and everything like that, and, you know, Katie, and then they leave, and Katie picks up the check, because, I guess it's her turn to pay for probably overexpensive food, in LA, so, good luck with that. Now Carter comes by. Katie apologizes for the way she came at Carter. You know, Erica's like, it's cool, you're a passionate person, and I want to apologize. I don't have to tell you the truth. I mean, in reality, they both, was wrong. You know, Katie just barging into, Carter's place and sniffed the same board. You shouldn't be doing this, and you shouldn't be doing that, and you're wrong, and blah 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 blah. Which is all true, but still. And, you know, Carter apologized for him assuming things about Katie's life as far as her love life and her relationship, and not really knowing her or who or you know, what she's been through. Now, you know, Katie wasn't there talking about Bill for a little bit and just a roller coaster ride and how she just wants to get off of it. And, you know, Brooke didn't really say too much of anything, and I'm sitting there thinking, why don't one of y'all ladies sit there and just remind her about how bad it is to be with Bill and how going out with Bill is a terrible idea and you shouldn't do it because this guy has been toxic to you damn near your entire life, as far as you knowing him. Get off the damn ride. So, they decide to have dinner, or I guess brunch still, because that's the thing. Now, Not gonna lie. This scene that they put out reminded me of the lovemaking scene between Flo and Wyatt. There's one point where they're talking about how they're unlucky in love and, you know, kind of feeling down or whatever, but then, you know, Katie says something along the lines of, you know, we're not alone right now. And then they do this really slow montage, like smiling and like laughing, like they're just having the best time in the world. And I'm just like, bro, I don't know what ass is like, but I can imagine it's something like that. Like the little camera trick that they were doing. I had to sit there and watch it twice because it was just so funny. I'm just like, what am I watching? And I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, I am so glad that I actually tuned back into watching this show, because some of the things that they do is borderline cartoonish. And I love it. I mean, if you watch that scene, you're just like, what? Why are they doing this for? They couldn't just show people laughing or just having a great time or smiling at each other. It wouldn't have looked like a damn fever dream. Which is fine because it's funny, but it's one of those things where it's like it's not supposed to be funny. And I think that's what I love about soap opera sometimes. Is even this whole ED, the way that they treated it, was hilarious. And in reality, it's not funny. And it's one of those things where soap operas do something that's just so off the wall that you're just like, I can only see this from a comedic side. Because anything else would just... I'm still thinking about that whole fever thing. Anyway, let me just make sure I covered everything. I think that's about it for the most part. Like I said, you know, 18 minutes, it's not really a lot to cover. I don't know, like I said, sometimes I feel like a show like this can benefit from an hour or at least like 38 minutes, which is the standard time for most of these shows. Or 36, depending on how you look at it. But I feel like it can do with a few more minutes of this show. Just to kind of get more things done, because to be honest, what really happened? I mean, Carter and Katie are cool now. Like they're more on like speaking terms. They're back to being friends or whatever. Okay, that's cool. That's great. And not really much else happened. So yeah. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Be safe. I will see you in the next video.